Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're coming from. Yo, G-Lo, what's going on? Salute for the drop on the app. I just peeped that. I'm gonna check it out once we're done with this. Salute to everybody logging in. Good to see everybody as always. As always, if you wanna contribute to the cause, make sure you either Cash App $ Building Back or go to the nonprofit bbtcfoundation.com or .org. We got that too. But yeah, this ain't gonna be a long one. We're gonna keep this one relatively short. We're gonna keep it relatively short. We all see what's going on today in the market, so we'll get straight to it. I won't take up too much of your time. I think I might have worn this before, but shout out to my guy Bobby Lee with the hoodie. Make sure y'all tap in with the boy. Um, we'll give it another 30 seconds. We'll let a couple more people get in here. Then I won't take up too much of your time. This shouldn't take no more than like 10, 15 minutes, if that. And as we go through this, I do have some time to answer questions since I don't got a lot to talk about today. So just make sure if you do have questions that you shoot them in the comments. I try to address them as we go through this. What's up, Brad? What's going on? All right. So let's get into it, y'all. You know how y'all do. Well, stop loss is and whatnot. Are you referring to shorts? Are you referring to shorts? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? I think I'm gonna say that one for another day, Brad. I want to bring in streets one of these days. Our streets. Shout out to our streets. Um, like I said, one thing I don't want to do is get too deep into shorts because I know that not everybody who listens to this, um, some of them just hopscotch with some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing I want to do is get too deep into shorts and somebody hear a piece of it, then they run with that information and then get mad because they don't know when to pull the fuck out. That's the biggest problem when it comes to shorts is the stop loss and all that. So, but yeah, we'll one of these days I'll bring our streets in. I don't want my name to be covered with it because I do it. I do like I was saying yesterday. I do shorts, but I just don't want to promote it because so many people hopscotch on this stream. For me, it just makes sense to speak about solid stocks and solid businesses that you can do your research on. You know, if you watching this and it's 3 days from now, and I'm talking about short information based on 3 days ago, then you're gonna lose money. So I'd rather not even do that. But salute though, and I will make a point to bring streets in one of these days. So let's get into it, y'all. You guys have already seen some of y'all out here freaking out because the market is down today. It is a simple reason why the market is doing what it's doing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, it just is a thing. Uh, the financial report was released today, and they announced that retail spending went up 5% in the month of January. So you would think that that's a good thing. They actually expected the retail spending to go up 1% in January, so it actually had a 4% increase. Now, what investors are relating that to is that little $600 check that some of y'all got. I ain't get it. I know we didn't get it. I know I actually don't know anybody who actually got that. I know some people got it, but salute to the people who did. You know, let me get a piece because I ain't get it. You know what I'm saying? But according to investors, they feel like that $600 that these guys spent went straight to retail. Um, these niggas really think that we stretching $600 out over the course of months. I think that's kind of funny. So because of that, they're predicting that February, because it's such a high jump in terms of retail spending, they're predicting that next month, or this month, February, the retail spending is actually going to go way down because according to the investors, they feel like that money that was spent that caused that 5% bump was that $600, which once again, I think that's a funny thing, but this is the mindset of the market as to why stocks are going down because a lot of times stocks are based off of futures, and they're predicting that the future that the retail spending is going to go down in the month of February, which causes investors to kind of get nervous, at least the people who play hopscotch. So if you're wondering why the market is down today, that's why. There's nothing else behind it. There's no nothing crashed, or nothing went bad. It's because that America spent more money on retail than predicted. That's it. So I mean, what that means for us, you can look at stocks going up and down as one or two things. Sometimes when you look at it going too high, you can look at it as inflation and you know it's going to go back down, which is what happens with Dogecoin a lot, which is why hopefully you guys are getting into it now while it's at 5%. Probably shouldn't go no much lower than 4%. So if you get into it now, it's probably the best time because it'll do a surge again and go up to like, 9, 10 cents, and you potentially double up within the next couple of weeks. So these are really opportunities to buy stocks is what I'm saying. The reason why the reason why these stocks are down are not a negative thing, but it is something that you can take to your advantage. So, stocks that you really should look into, and I talk about this shit all the time, y'all. Apple. I mean, it's not going to be too many times where Apple is going to get back under $130. The only reason why it's down under $130 right now is because of this report of retail spending. It's not because they fell off. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys have an extra $130, excuse me, get that shit, man. Get it. All these stocks that's down, it's a way to lower your average cost per stock. And at the end of the day, the lower you can get the average, the higher your profit once things turn back around. It, the stock market could realistically go back up tomorrow. It's not like there's not a negative thing as to why it's down. So this isn't going to last forever. The only reason why it's down today is because the financial report got released this morning. If it got released last week, then it would have went down for one day last week and it would have went back up to normal shit. So today is a day where you're going to see some of these stocks that might not never get this low for a while. Like it might be a while before a stock like Apple drops back under 130. So you got to look at these opportunities as just that, opportunities for a fire sale. That's how you got to look at all these stocks that are down right now. It's not a good time. It's a chance to buy. Exactly that. Like this is the point. This is the whole point. It's a positive for the people who have those opportunities. Tesla is under $800 for the first time in a while. Microsoft is down. Nike is down. Nike is a stock that you guys should look into. Personally, I was blessed enough to get in Nike when it was at $50 a share, and now it's like 150. So I kind of tripled up, something like that. But that is one of those shares to look into. Microsoft, I've told you, before. That's also another stock to look into, as well as Apple. Those are some of the more bigger blue chip stocks that are down so much that you'll see a lot of earning potential if you get down today. I can't speak on tomorrow. So once again, that's why I don't even speak on shorts with y'all, because some of y'all gonna watch this tomorrow or the day after, and then y'all gonna be late to the party and miss out on this deal. So and I know people got shit to do, so I ain't knocking nobody for it, but today is that opportunity. So that's why, in a sense, you know, this is a good thing. The market needs this balance. Anytime the market is constantly doing this, all that means is it's inflation. That doesn't mean that our market is doing good. That just means that we're putting fake money up to make it look good. What keeps it consistent is infrastructure. So yeah, just keep in mind on that. What's the ticker you talking about? I'm talking about any stock. All stocks are down, so all stocks have opportunities to invest into today. But the main ones that I was referring to in terms of blue chip stocks are the Apples, the Microsofts, and the Tesla. Those are good stocks right now. So yeah, like I said, there ain't really nothing else going on. Um, I don't know who cares. Rush Limbaugh just died too, so do with that information what you will. Whatever. But back to stocks. Past that, there's nothing really else going on in the stock market world that's going to change anything today. Today is just going to be one of those days where shit's going to be a little low. And it is, once again, just because it is financial report. It's not because, we had a dip in raising cases or a dip in unemployment. So you do know every Thursday is when they announce the unemployment. So if it is down Thursday, now you know why it would be. But, with us spending the amount of money that we're spending, I can't see how or why the unemployment rate will go down at this point. I'm going to invest my 5-year old stimulus check for him if it comes. What would be a good long term play? Bitcoin. Um, and to be honest with you, um, a conversation should start being had about how much money you should really start having in your savings account and how much you should really just put all into Bitcoin, um, or any coin. Any coin that shows growth. I mean, because once again, I've spoke about this before. You got to ask yourself, why do you have a savings account? Besides the fact that most banks make you have it in order to have a checking account, it's a reason why they make you have it. Because any money that you put in that regular savings account is being used for mortgages or car loans or personal loans that you get no cut out of. Unless it's a money market savings account, it's really just meant for them to basically flip with your bread. So you have to start asking yourself, if that's not accruing interest for me, what can I put into it that's going to be safe that will accrue interest? And Bitcoin might be one of those things. If once again, money market savings accounts is the best option in terms of volatility. You're not going to lose real money, but I would say, if you're taking some money like that, put it into something like Bitcoin or put it in something like Apple. I guess the biggest thing is just asking yourself. Um, well, long term play. Okay. Well, if it's long term play, then I would say either Bitcoin, I would say probably Apple, something that pays out dividends. Because with at the end of the day, when you're using something like a Apple, for instance, uh, everybody in here who has an Apple stock will probably tell you about the fact that we all got dividend payout last week, on top of the growth that we make from our stock. So, Apple's a good stock, something that pays out dividends, something, and once again, dividend is where every single quarter, every single month, they actually kick out a piece of your profit. And you can either reinvest it into the stock or you can cash out. But it's just a great way to kind of let the money work for itself, especially for a company that's considered a blue chip stock that you never really see a loss unless it's a day like this. But it never lasts more than a day or two. So yeah. Just do your research. I think if your kid's going to be involved with the investing, maybe ask what he has a passion for, and maybe invest into an ETF that pertains to that. Maybe if you like sports, have him get into Nike. If he's nature guy, then there's ETS for nature. So you know it's a good way to get your kid involved in something like this at a young age. So that's something to kind of think about. What apps do you use to buy stocks? I used to use Robinhood. I'm not going to recommend anybody use that anymore because of the whole situation that happened with GameStop and AMC a couple weeks ago. I use TD Ameritrade. I use E Trade. I use Coinbase, and that's it. So for my crypto, I use Coinbase. But there's other ones that you can use, but Coinbase is the one I like, mainly because of how accessible the money is to me. Like I said, I've kind of gotten away from using, uh, no problem. I've gotten away from using my savings account personally. I only keep enough to where if it's like an immediate emergency. But for me personally, having something like Coinbase, it kind of works in parallel with. Savings account, because realistically I can put that money in there, but if I need to pull it out, I can get that money back within an hour. Like I can get it in my account within an hour, so it's not like it's locked in. Now granted, there's fees to get it immediately. um you know if you want it right now, kind of like cash out type shit. But I mean, just to have access to something that's giving you that kind of growth pause, then it is, for me, that's something that I would prefer to do over any savings account, because if I'm making interest on it, it pays for it for the withdrawal fee anyway. So yeah, Coinbase for crypto. I wouldn't go through Robinhood for anything besides Dogecoin or Dogecoin. It's just not a credible app anymore. They've shown their credibility after what happened with AMC and GameStop and those short squeezes. Okay, so any other questions? Because I'm pretty much done. Like I said, this is going to be a short one today. Uh, as always, make sure you guys share this. I do appreciate everybody that's been subscribing. The numbers have gone up. As always, make sure y'all donate. Give a couple bucks up, man. I ain't asking for much, but if you done made money off me, you better donate to my nonprofit. Don't play with me, because some of y'all I know that made bags off what I brought y'all. So I'm waiting for Bitcoin to go down a little bit before I jump in. Hey man, listen, let me tell you something about that. There's nothing wrong with that. I get that. I hear that a lot where people wait for it to go down for something like Bitcoin. I get that. But remember, this is currency. You know what I'm saying? So even if you put money into it now and it goes up to 60 grand, 70 grand, yeah, the profit won't be as big as if it goes down to 45, but you don't know if it's going to go back down to 45. Will it go down to 47, 46? Sure. And if you want to wait for that, cool. I'm not saying don't. But crypto is not like a stock, man. Like, especially Bitcoin. It's not, it's a currency now. You know what I'm saying? So really, you just want to jump in, to be honest with you. And it's not about putting a lump sum into something like Bitcoin. It's about constantly putting little bit by little bit into Bitcoin. And that way it's gonna always, grow regardless. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not one of those, it's not like Dogecoin where it's like, well, let me wait to get to a certain level because it's bound to just shoot back up. It's a gradual thing, man. You got to treat it like that. So I would invest like that. Maybe take $100 per check and just put into it, or maybe your 5% or whatever your check is. I don't know what you get paid. I'm not in your pockets, but I would think to look more into that mindset with something like Bitcoin, as opposed to like a stock that could really shoot up or shoot down. Because even when it goes down, we understand what this pattern is. It's not going to stay down. So even if you bought it at 50, that don't mean you're gonna lose money just because it goes down to 47 for a couple of days. I just wouldn't wait. That's all I'm saying. The people who said they was gonna wait at 45, you know, it went up to 50, and you missed out on that opportunity. So just make it a constant investment. Cool. All right. Any other questions? Pretty much done today. Once again, make sure y'all tap in with my boy Bobby Lee, coming with the fire merch. Make sure you guys share this. Obviously, I'll have this available for people to tap into. I should be available tomorrow for our Thursday edition. Yeah, I should be good. I don't think I've got nothing lined up. Um, I want to start talking about commodities soon. That might be the topic of conversation tomorrow if the stock's still shitty tomorrow. But I do want to get into commodities because we need to start having that conversation about gold, silver, copper, and shit like that. But that'll be for another day. You called me at a good time because I was just about to go. Did you see the same institutions that are invested in AMC just got positioned with AMC? Am I still holding? Am I still holding that? No, I'm not still holding that. No, I'm out of there. I got out of there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got out of there. But I mean, we know what it is, man. We already talked about that, man. We know what it is. We know the people who was buying, putting up the AMC numbers, and they know, it ain't no secret, man. But that was a very revealing time. So, you shouldn't have lost money with that shit because you should have got it when I said you should have got it. You shouldn't have got it at $18 a pop. You should have got it when it was at 8, $9 a pop, and you should have definitely got rid of it before it dropped to 6 because we had already spoke about the fact that the number that they needed to be below was $9 for them to the hedge fund companies to get their short money. So I told y'all 2 or 3 days before, $9 is that number. So if you seen a number at 6 and you still kept it, you know, come on. Like, I mean, that speaks to what we spoke about yesterday is knowing when to get out of these stocks. Like, yeah, we want to hold, we want to fight these guys, but we have to also be realistic too. So yeah, I'm out of AMC. I've been took my profit from that like that Friday. So yeah, that's it. Um, Once again, oh, one more thing. Make sure y'all check out G-Lo. I know G-Lo's still in here. Make sure y'all check out G-Lo's No Battle that just dropped on the app, and make sure y'all tap into the Crucible. The second episode of the LA John that we did just dropped today too. So make sure y'all tune into the app. If you don't got the app, spend that $8. Stop being cheap. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all tomorrow though. Have a good one.